So we begin. Salutations, class, and welcome back. It's Pokemon Day as usual, and we're getting to the climax of our Pokemon Black White 2 series. As you all know, these games always top off with fighting the Elite Four, and given that we have just had our run-in with the antagonists of this game, I'm uncertain if we might have ourselves another plot twist, like in the first Black and White. We also have one tournament this weekend on Saturday rather than Friday, and possibly even a second tournament on Sunday. I will be posting a schedule once we are done with our stream this evening, and keep up to date. So let us begin. Checking with our team again. Everyone's basically at the apex of their power, somewhat in the early or mid 50s. What we should do before we head into the Elite Four. Actually, wait, I forget. The honorary part before the Elite Four in any single Pokemon challenge. We do have to get through Victory Road first off. This will require us to use a lot of potions to get in, and we have plenty of money. So let's go ahead and make ourselves some big purchases that hopefully we will not have to do again. At least, not soon. But we don't need any of those, we already have plenty. In case we find any cool Pokemon, we might want to stock up on a few balls. Were the Ultra Balls up here? I forget. Actually, given that we'll be inside of a cave for the duration of this, Dusk Balls would be our best option, since they have a quadruple catch modifier in dark environments or at night. Classically one of the best Pokeballs to use in any situation. One more thing, we will need to equip a few good items here and there. I wonder where that Energy Ball TM is. Did we ever come across it? I feel like we should have. Seems not. In that case, we will ready out our Pokemon with some of their necessary equipment, double check to see who is holding what items so far, a Lucky Egg on Kayla as appropriate, EXP share for Sploof, who is ahead of the rest of the pack, and will not immediately be needing that support. Sif probably has a bad matchup versus a lot of the Pokemon that we'd find here in Victory Road, so we will give her the EXP share. And Aaron, given his high speed and superior type coverage, is very likely to be able to fight basically anything we come across in here. Now, the rest of our Mons here can go ahead and hold a reserve item for whenever it's their time to shine. I actually like the idea of the Shell Bell on Kayla. Given that she's a setup sweeper, it might be necessary for her to spend a turn or two powering up, and then afterwards she can get a little bit of health back with every attack. Big root for Sploof, our tank. A splash plate for Hydrotor's mainstay attacks. And that silk scarf should still be around here somewhere. Accidentally clicked off the stream here. Welcome, James and Kayla. I don't think I said hi to Kayla when she walked in. So a warm welcome to both of you. Here we are getting into Victory Road just now. There will be a lot of fearsome trainers ahead, usually ace trainers, dragon tamers, and the like. And we'll end up fighting a lot of cave Pokemon. I expect there to be a lot of Excadrills, most likely. Wow. Nothing immediately super effective. Funny enough, Aaron's just carrying every attack that can hit a steel type super effectively. That's not going to be a problem since Hydrodder's mostly relying on being bulky to deal with this stuff. Oh, whoops. Wrong move. But if we're lucky enough, it deals about half. Let's see if we can try to fish out that extra little bit of damage. There is a small amount of RNG in the Pokemon damage calculations, after all. Ah, critical hit, otherwise we could have survived. In that case... Kayla, why don't you clean up? Get you out of the way. You know what we should do? To save on time for the future, we should do something we should have done much, much earlier into our stream, and we can organize our Pokemon's movesets into the right order. We can probably 2-hit KO with Dragon Claw. A lot of our best attacks are the attacks we learned last. Even if he uses Cosmic Power again, we should be okay. That will be a problem. Get a little bit of health back. We have no one else using priority moves, but Seif should be sufficiently quick to outspeed Sigilif. It's a very close call. I believe it's 108 speed versus 97 speed. But with Sigilif being a few levels higher, they might actually have the advantage. Haha, we lucked out. Thank you very much for your support, Kayla. Well, that already took quite a bit of steam out of our team. Luckily, we did stock up on plenty of healing items before we wandered in here. Let's do a little important change here. Put Bulldoze up here. Yeah, for the longest time we've sat here with all of our attacking moves later in their movesets. Since we start out at the top left of our movesets, we might want to have our most commonly used moves over there instead, especially since there are a lot of battles to be following. Also, it turns out Double Edge is not really that worth it. So instead, back to Return we go. And given that we are close to the Pokemon Center, I think we can save on our medicine just a little bit. I think Sploof might have had the moveset already in the right order. Given that Leech Seed usually comes first, not a bad idea. We don't want the setup move here in the top. Indeed, max happiness return is 102. Bring y'all back to the exit. Or get ambushed first, which is... okay, not a problem. We can handle a Banette. And, given that most ghosts have low HP, we can go for a Flare Blitz immediately and take very little recoil damage. That should do what, 30? 40. Yeah, turns out the very marginal power difference between 102 and 120 is 1, not important on Usagi, who should be a tanky mon, and 2, just not enough damage difference. You remembered that number, Sai, because it's an unusual number. If it was 100, a lot of people would have probably been mixed up like, oh, is it 110 or 90 or so? But since 102 is not a number divisible by 5, which most Pokemon attack damage is calculated as, it's one that's gonna stick in your head. I think there's a few multi-hitting moves that have 18 base power as well. Yeah, most of them are just calculated with a base power divisible by 5. Easy numbers to remember. Now, the levels on a lot of these mons are not very far behind, so it will still be worth it to get a little bit of grinding out here. Also, we have plenty of Flare Blitz. Plenty of Flare Blitzes. Aha! Not a bad move at all, unfortunately. Aaron is entirely focused on physical damage. And Overheat is a special attack. I have no idea if this little spot here is something we're forced to go through. Because Black and White 1 at least had, between yourself and the Elite Four, there are actually 0 spots where you needed an HM. Would be kind of interesting if they changed that rule for the second one. Though, having Strength and Surf on some of our Pokemon is not going to hold us back very much. I think I wouldn't mind HM moves very much if they were better moves overall. Surf is good, but it's kind of the only good HM move. Waterfall sometimes for physical damage, especially since we didn't really have an alternative until, what was it called? Liquidation, I believe. Despite the floating animation of Lampent, it does not in fact have Levitate. Well done, Aaron, as always. Musharna has a very, very high HP stat. But I don't think we have any Dark or Ghost-type attackers. What would be interesting is seeing if we get a lot of damage out of Signal Beam. Hopefully, Seif can level up enough to learn, Bug Buzz before we get to the Elite Four. That's the only move she's missing aside from Energy Ball, which actually... let me look up where that is right now. It might be only available in the post-game. Wow! Where is it? Ah, apparently it's in a surf location right next to where we started the game. So, not a bad idea to go back and get it. Just barely survived, and this should be enough damage. Yeah. Axris is never going to let us down. Welcome, Avid. Your girl Seif did her best. Luckily, we have plenty of medicine with us. And plenty of money to buy more. A little dollop here. We might need more hyper potions. Avid, there's a reason Haxorus is my second favorite Pokemon of all time. Or was it my third? I can't. It's so difficult for me to compare between Metagross and Haxorus. They're both extremely powerful and extremely cool. If I remember, didn't Nuzlocke allow you to I think it's only the hardcore Nuzlocke that require you to do the KO thing. The basic rules are usually just oh, never mind. Basic rules. Any Pokemon that faints is considered dead and must be released. Player may only catch the first wild Pokemon in each area and none else. I thought it was the... Wait. What's the difference between a regular and a hardcore Nuzlocke, then? I think hardcore was maybe the, can't use Pokemon Centers challenge. Apparently that's one of the alternative rules. Asking the wrong person. Luckily, I do have one friend who's actually quite fond of those kinds of challenges. Yeah, lots of different clauses. We might actually try for some, Nuzlocke runs in the future. This is our, first of the traditional Pokemon games, though. And for a game that I wanted the genuine experience for. We're doing this one pretty regularly. In retrospect, a Nuzlocke probably isn't nearly as difficult, given that, well, in other versions, we wouldn't be trying to do this fighting the higher level, harder enemies versions of everything. You see how a lot of the wild Pokemon we're encountering are lower levels than the trainers we're fighting, usually by about 7 or 8 levels. I have a feeling that most of the trainers we'd be fighting in a regular run around this area. 4 or 5 levels underneath what they are in our challenge here. Let me know how the audio is, by the way. I turned the gain down because I was getting quite a bit of sibilance earlier. We have nothing immediately super effective here, but Sigilif is a wicked setup Pokemon, so give him one of the... Oh. Yeah, that's not gonna work when he's faster. This was actually another one of my favorite Pokemon out of Gen 5. I beat one friend by using a Sigilif that's set up with Cosmic Power versus their entire team. For some reason, they waited until the... I was hoping we'd be able to survive one hit at the very least. Interesting matchup idea. Hydrotter here actually has Ice Beam, which is super effective. And see if we can get in that last little bit here. Hydrate, very necessary, thank you. That right there is one of the reasons I'm actually very fond of priority moves. If you get someone low enough on health, you get a guaranteed chance to finish them off. Posture check, thank you. Get that little bit of a flex in there. One of the reasons I would have loved a, Guts, or probably even better, an Iron Fist Conkeldurr, is because you can use, for the very first turn, you can use Drain Punch, which would, heal back a lot of the damage from what you tanked from your first hit. And then if they're not KO'd yet, you can actually finish them off with a Mach Punch. Pretty sure we don't one-hit KO with the Dragon Claw, so let's go ahead and set up first. Ah, never mind. If you're gonna do that, we'll have some trouble. Priority cleanup is always nice. You're a fan of the classic Metagross with Meteor Mash, Zen Headbutt, Bullet Punch coverage. And I'd usually have, Earthquake in that last slot. Assault Vest Metagross is one of my all-time favorites. Go ahead and get this one fight in here. Luckily, this probably gives us a good healing spot right here in the middle of, well, Victory Road. You know, Strength would actually be a very good move if it was, a fighting type attack. Clefable is not yet a fairy type, so we don't have to worry too much here. Unless that ends up pulling, like, Ice Beam or something. Oh. I never thought about it that way, Sai. There's actually no Steel-type immunities whatsoever. Which is interesting for, another one of our games we'll be playing in the future. Which is, Touhou Puppet Dance Performance. It's basically this, but with, Touhou characters instead. Welcome, Michael! We're doing quite well. We're currently doing our run through Victory Road, and then up to the Elite Four afterwards. But, what's interesting about Touhou Puppet Dance Performance is the abilities and type charts are a lot more balanced. You don't have, say, a Steel type that resists half of the other types in the game. You also have basically a version of, Swarm, Overgrow, Torrent, all of those, raise your attack power of a specific type at low health. You have one of those for every ability. You also have an immunity ability for every type. So you actually have a lot of very specific niches that can be filled. I think overall it tends towards a much more interesting metagame. Aaron's on a timer here, but luckily we do have modern medicine. We also have a lot of fire. And a critical hit. Beautifully done, Aaron. Thank you. Let's check our levels. Who's behind now? Wouldn't know what types you get in Touhou. Don't know much about that franchise, but it sounds interesting. I don't have a top 10 list of favorite games I've ever played, but I think Touhou Puppet Dance Performance might... Oh, whoops. I'm autopiloting into doing more of that dialogue. I think Touhou Puppet Dance Performance would be one of my top favorite games I've ever played. It's basically Pokemon Story, but with the Touhou franchise. Yeah, Bug never stood a chance. There's a lot of similar types in the Toho version. All of the, special attack elements are basically still there. You still have fire, you still have, grass is actually referred to as nature, but is otherwise basically the same function. For what I remember, rock and ground are condensed into a single type, as well as water and ice are a single type. You have some other interesting types, like, there's actually a light type, which has sort of an inverse matchup with dark. Dark and light are both super effective versus each other, which makes for an interesting dynamic. Fighting's still there, Ghost and Dark are still there. There's also a sound type, which is pretty interesting. Funny, we have the winning type matchup here, but not the health to survive, even if we did use Flare Blitz. Yeah, Light and Dark being in their own circle. And they both lose to the Illusion type, which is kind of a Psychic type in that game. Psychic or Dragon, it's the one that's reserved for a lot of the, high power kind of legendaries and such. Overall, I think it's a much more interesting, type chart. Ah, see. If you were on even levels, you would have survived. A shame. What's also interesting about TPDP is you get to pick your starter out of any of them. Any single character you can pick as your starter. And there's not technically legendaries either. There's mons that have very, very high base stats and such. It's actually a very interesting dynamic. The ones with higher base stat totals, I'm again mashing Z through all of our dialogue here. The ones that have higher base stat totals usually have pointless distributions, and they also level up slower. The ones with lower base stat totals usually have support move pools and very optimized stat distributions. So the ones that have higher stat totals aren't necessarily guaranteed to be better. I've played through that game, I think 5 separate times. And I'm very much looking forward to doing it on stream, but I'd like to save that for, when we have more of a following. More Toho fans anticipating that kind of a... Don't give up on Discharge. That actually might be better than Electro Ball in most situations. Actually, where's Thunder? We have most of the game unlocked at this point. Here we go. Here's the list I'm looking for. Lacunosa Town. Especially since Sif needs a little bit of help, it seems. She's not surviving too readily. Wait, that was the way we came in. I was about to say, that sounds like the Audino music. Sorry, we have to do this. And it is a one-hit KO. It's not rolling the dice, Sai, because our Galvantula has compound eyes, which means that Thunder overall ends up having a 93% accuracy. That right there is one of Galvantula's signature gimmicks. A 93% accurate Thunder. You know, I was expecting to find more of these guys in here, which is why I had the ground-type attacker out first. Almost. Very Galv accurate. Welcome, Aaron. Don't think you've ever used Galvantula. Galvantula is one of my all-time favorites. I love the type combination. Speak of the devil. That's not going to do much, but we might not survive the Flare Blitz recoil. Ah, booey. The doctor's right behind us. You know, we don't have to have Aaron out in front now that he's gotten a few levels in. Let's actually put Usagi here, who is kind of a support party member, but should be able to get a lot of good sustain off of rest. I am also already almost out of tea. I don't think we'll need like a very big break. I can go ahead and just grab another. Well, Aaron's gonna make sure I run out immediately. Alright, fine. That's the end of the glass there. I will head to the kitchen real quick. Enjoy the existential crisis. Stare into the distance. And reconsider all of my life decisions. Of course we end up running straight into the Pokemon that would give us a lot of trouble. Well, we don't want to deal with a Steel type immediately, so I guess back in you go, Aaron. Perfect. Minuscule damage. Maybe next game you should be a water type. Are you looking to torture me? What would our next game be? I wonder. Huh. Well, I know we can lead with this at least for a good measure. You know what? No harm in it. Especially given that Ferrothorn's 2 stab attacks would do very little damage. Scarlet Violet. As I said a few streams ago, in the case of Scarlet Violet, I do want to see the reviews before I play. Since Sword and Shield is bad. And I'll be honest, I loved our Pokemon Legends Arceus stream, but the game itself I probably would not have cared to finish if I wasn't streaming it. It was okay. A solid 7 or 6 out of 10 experience. Honestly, I like the new design, Sai. Little robot Sentai looking dudes. Now, given that overall I've surprisingly become less and less interested in newer Pokemon games, I'm going to wait for the reviews on Scarlet Violet, and then probably pick up streaming it a week or two late. Now this fight we can win. Well, lucky for us, attraction is not considered a status effect for calculations with Facade. Handled quite handsomely, thank you. Let's see, if that doesn't do too much, we should be okay. We will preemptively rest and then swap out. Because this guy has a quadruple resistance to our attacks. Horny is not an ailment by Game Freak. That's one way of putting it for sure. You know, I don't want to only use Aaron, but he does have the quadruple effective attacks here. And a resistance to Flash Cannon. Now, I don't know if Probopass gets sturdy sometimes. Just in case, though. Yeah, there it is. I wanted to make sure we got that one-hit KO there, since Probopass still has a very, very high physical and special defense. Gah! Fine. Have it your way. And then, no matter what, we can immediately use Aqua Jet. Which will do the last little bit of damage we need. Probopass always had one of the weirdest cries I could recognize. It's got that weird sort of sound effect in the background. You hear that sort of, deep resonance. Though I suppose that checks out for a Pokemon that's, well, a giant floating magnet. The amount of personality you get out of, having all of the iron filings as a mustache. I love it. It gives me a laugh every single time. You know... Attract is kind of a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that works. Also, I don't think we really have much in the way of, we're not going to have very many double battles from here on out. So... why not get the attack on Usagi that's super effective against the rock and steel types that resist its normal attacks? Then we only have a losing matchup versus Ghosts, which we still do not have anything to work with them. Yeah, Audino doesn't have a nose. You kind of get a little bit of coloration on the coat around there, but I'm not sure I'd call that a full-blown nose. Funny enough, we have no flying or psychic types either. That tea is still scalding hot. Male trainers usually use male Pokemon, so we'll be doing just fine here. Even with the superpower, we should survive. That still puts us in too much trouble. Yeah, most AI trainers use Pokemon that are the same gender as themselves. Not sure why. Actually, now that we're no longer using Electro Ball, we don't really need agility either. Huh, Heracross and Pinsir. Don't those two have the same base stats? Close. I think some of the, generation rebalances have adjusted their stats, but they have very similar stat lines. They're supposed to be sort of analogs to each other, between Gen 1 and 2. Not good enough. If has nose equals true, nose equals true, else nose equals false. Everyone's putting in a lot of work. We're going to need every little bit of experience we can get. especially considering we're still behind a lot of the levels of the trainers we're fighting. Though Aaron and Kayla can actually carry us through most of the battles we'll end up having. Heck, Kayla can sweep everyone that's not a steel type. It just requires a turn or two to set up. Again, losing matchup. And still nothing super effective against fighting types. We've got a really interesting matchup spread on our team. It's weird having a mono grass, mono fire, and mono water, especially since that reduces a lot of the potential type coverage we could get. We're not going to be able to out-damage a fracture. We swapped in on a move that we were not going to take much damage from. Surprised that it knows Rock Smash, of all things. This will do just fine. Yeah, maybe not with that physical defense buff. Luckily, we can get around that. I think we'll be okay. Yeah, just enough. Hydrauter's actually doing very well for himself too. Oh, whoops. Yeah, our team has almost all monotypes, which is probably what kills our ability to get a lot of type coverage out here. That will be very useful for Kayla. We do not have Flash, so let's not worry about that area just yet. Huh. Interesting. I can't remember. Do you immediately run away? Oh, that's probably a, post-game situation. Okay, riddle me this. I genuinely think that Pokemon might have the most obtuse ways of barricading your progress. That is a Generation 5 Pokemon we do not have. You all know we will be catching it. Let's see if it survives first, because I know Druddigon has a very high defense stat. Haxorus just also has an incredibly large attack stat, so maybe not. I actually quite like Druddigon's design, thank you very much. Oh, darn it. A little overeager. See, I don't want to keep hitting false swipe in case this is one of the ones that has, what's it called? Rough skin. Wow. Actually surprised at that attack damage there. Get a little bit of health back. I don't think Dredigan's going to be that difficult of a catch. We will start off with a Stun Spore, and even if it is silly, we'll go ahead and pop a Leech Seed out there for the last little bit of health we'll need. Well, that was easy. And a Dusk Ball with its ×4 multiplier in here should seal the deal. Or completely not whatsoever. Doesn't that end the battle? No? I guess it just doesn't have an effect in a wild battle then. Very peculiar. I thought that would have had a guaranteed chance to work. Ah, well. Everyone else is doing just fine. Put Usagi back in front. I was wondering why we didn't trigger that earlier. What's this trainer type? Veteran. Interesting. I don't think we've seen very many of those. Okay, it's a silly idea. Now, if we had leftovers, Usagi would be a lot more powerful, since we could stall out with Dig and Attract. Plus the passive recovery would just be that much more important. That tea is still scalding hot. Where do we find Dino in Black and White 2? Wasn't it something that you could only find in Victory Road in the first game? I remember, well, with this being the pseudo-legendary, the Dino evolution line was very hard to get your hands on. Look at that! We cheated our way through that entire match. Last resort. No. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Yeah, leftovers is the only thing this set needs to be complete. Just go ahead and nap on him. Get that flex out there. See, Usagi's just that adorable while sleeping. Which is why Flygon is incapable of attacking. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna need more ice cubes. I'll be right back. A 1, a 2, and 4. There's that cute charm going to work. That does take forever though, so I think I will have someone else take the first spot. You know what? I think we'll be able to get through a lot of fights, even with Kayla in the first spot. More dragon things. Actually, did we even check the back room there? Nothing in the back. Heck, if we just get Kayla higher level than everyone else, she can probably sweep all the teams with just a good little bit of setup. Just double checking the whole area, since it does look like we're reaching the end of Victory Road here. We do want to farm as much experience and money as we can, since it's probably going to be pretty difficult to get through the Elite Four. I imagine they have a lot of Pokemon in the 60s range. Okay, yeah, that was the perfect amount of ice. We're bound to do 90% here at the very least. Ah, grows bulkier than I remember. We'll be faster here. Get the finisher with Bulldoze and continue. Why does Pokemon is clothes? A lot of fighting types actually have that getup. Also, I think Sock gets sturdy, which is kind of weird. This one does not. Like, the fact that Machamp wears pants. I think it's necessary as part of their designs. Given that they look so humanoid. Huh. Were there actually two routes to get up here? I'm wondering why there's so many trainers off the beaten path in this direction. Mitsudamato? Really? I thought you were already following. I'm surprised to see you. Welcome, fellow science tuber. Actually, have you started streaming yet? I think I've been seeing you a lot on Twitter, but I don't know if you've, formally debuted yet. And a welcome to Weebotome. Oh, well, it says you're rating, so obviously you are streaming. Let me give you a shout out here. If y'all are looking for another science tuber, here's you someone else to follow. We can go with a dragon dance since we probably don't one-hit KO with a dragon claw. Yeah, I've got a lot of little, little pins on here for various different fields of science. Clearly you've been outranked. I like to adorn myself with my credentials. Scientific knowledge is absolutely the highest authority, just as well. How y'all doing? We're right here on Victory Road. And it will only be a few minutes since I think we're approaching the end here. Although I will admit, I'm getting lost here in Victory Road, which is just fine. There's still plenty more trainers to fight. Yeah, it looks like we had a split path a while earlier. I'm not necessarily radioactive, Aaron. It just means I have knowledge on the subject. Just a fly. The symbols on all the little badges and pins here are supposed to be, a celebration of science rather than a declaration that I have knowledge of all of these fields. Really, the parts I know a lot about are, computer science, and by extension, math. The only thing I radiate, Aaron, is charisma. Radioactive, just trying to hide the fact that he's Spider-Man. You don't know me. You don't have any proof, do you? Ah, right. It was right back here with both of these, rocks. So then what's up there in the middle? I think we would have went off to the right, then. Funny enough, if we had Earthquake, this would actually be a cakewalk of a fight. Since, Axorus having Moldbreaker means we get to ignore Sturdy from our opponents. Yeah, what's back here? More darkness. So we will be ignoring that for now. You'll get the proof. You want pictures of Spider-Man? I need to figure out how to do that laugh. His wheeze. That's actually how I laugh sometimes, IRL. Out of character. Sometimes when something's that funny, I just break down into that kind of wheezing laugh. Turn off the dark. I'm lost on this one. Turn off the dark. Why is that a problem? Hey, who turned out the lights? Is a musical Say No More. I want in, no matter how horrible it is. Don't you do that again. Oh, and several people were injured in the production. Never mind then. I don't want to be part of a presentation which actually has a leg breaking. I thought it would have been one of those Star Wars Christmas special things where it's just so bad that you can't help but love it. He said never having watched the Star Wars Christmas special, so I don't know if it's actually that horrible that it's not even funny. I'm pretty fond of So Bad It's Good productions. Like Shadow the Hedgehog, actually one of my favorite Sonic games. So, meet Haxorus. And another one. Well, we will need a little bit more health to get another turn of setup out there. The people who pass by here have such different moods. It's fun to watch, and even more fun to fight against them. Hey, we do not eat our friends here, Aaron. Fearsome dragon types are our friends, and probably... Yeah, tough with a sharp flavor. I knew that one was coming. Let's see here. I'll play it safe. Aaron, go ahead and do your thing. Which could also include making the usual puns. Haxorus actually has pretty decent, attacking power. Or defensive power. So, she might even have survived that icicle crash. Yeah, I'd probably be a vegetarian, or at least maybe a, pescatarian in the Pokemon universe. All those animals are far too cute. Granted, going vegan isn't that hard in real life either. But I don't know how to cook for myself. Has barely any flesh on its bones, can it? Ah, simply not preyed upon just because it has nothing to offer. Come on, Throw, you can do better than that. Do you think Goldeen are edible, or are they more like goldfish and only used as easy pets? I'd say probably the latter. Given that we are trying to focus on a mixed attacker here, let's not worry about Swords Dance. Actually, given that Sea King has a horn, it's probably meant to fend off predators, which could imply that Sea King actually has a lot of meat to offer. And there's Hugh, who will probably be... Yep, there we go. The more battles you have, the stronger you get, right? Strike a dramatic pose, and here we go. Only 4? Nothing whatsoever to fear here. There's nothing you can send in here that won't be scared. Easy. Check this out. Ah, never mind, Bouffalant actually survived. But we'll be taking a lot of recoil damage here. Yeah, healing item as expected. I could have set up another Dragon Dance here, but I did want to test the waters. It's not cheating, Sai, because they still got KO'd anyway. Superior definitely doesn't have the defense, but might be able to get in that last little bit from having a higher level. Aha! A critical hit. Welcome, Gomacha. You're just in time for the sweep. Guillotine? Why do I need Guillotine if Kayla already one-hit KOs everything? In fact, I think we're right at the end of Victory Road here, so we're just about to get on to the main event. Ah! You did more than enough, Kayla. Gorgeous performance. Just think. Hexers could actually, with like the right nature and IVs and effort values, put everything into that base 147 attack. And easily blow through that last little bit of HP those guys had. Xander, thanks to you, I accomplished what I set out to do during my journey. I wish I could have shown you my little sister's huge smile. This is my thanks. Oh! Not a bad find. I think you're really amazing. So become the champion. Get the proof that you're a trainer your Pokemon can be proud of. See you. Oh, really? Right before we reach the end. No, Trolldor. How about no? Ooh, dramatic presentation. It's gonna be the long staircase up again, isn't it? Presumably a Pokemon Center over here. There's always one right before. Now, before we head in there, we will grab a couple of TMs from the areas around. Let's see, you said Lacunosa, right? Who doesn't need any TMs? I'd say Hydrotter, but unfortunately we'll need you for a bit of surfing. Oh wait, there you are. What else could we use? Ooh, Earthquake would be a good idea. Though I still don't think we can get there. Oh, it's in 15, right? Yeah, here. Energy Ball was right next to where we began, but we needed to surf for it. Right here. This is basically the missing hole in Sif's offense. We're going to want that to be able to deal with the rock and ground types that otherwise could beat us. And this is actually one of the reasons we had so much trouble versus the electric type gym leader, Elisa. Just because the grass type attack there covers a very, very big hole. You know, Toxic wouldn't actually be a bad idea for, Usagi trying to be a stall Pokemon. who is currently not in our party, so never mind. Before we fly out of here, we do happen to be home. Hi Mom, I made it to the Elite Four. Welcome back! Hey, how are your Pokemon? Well, why don't you rest for a moment? Nothing but hard work will wear you out. True that, always remember to take some breaks. Like us right now. Well, let's go get that Thunder TM first. And then we'll take the break that we skipped. Let's see, which one to use Lacunosa? Ma, do you ever feel that? Yeah, very easy to burn out this day and age. Glad they made TMs not be single use anymore. I remember we ended up getting a weird situation of like, it's the Pokemart, isn't it? So it should be right here. We ended up with a lot of like competitive players that would go through the very, very long process of going through a whole nother run just to get another TM. It's a little extra. What Nintendo likes to do is, as a competitive scene arises for a game, they do half embrace it. They don't entirely encourage it, but they do make it more accessible. Such as making a lot of the breeding and capturing mechanics with individual values and such a lot easier in the newer generations. Let's see. We will give our team one last review and break for just a moment before we begin. You're just fine. I wish we had Earthquake on you instead of Strength. But given that the route we need to go to is on the opposite side of Black City, I think that's only accessible in the post-game, so nothing right here and right now. Your moveset is exceptional. You'll do just fine. You finally are complete, aside from Bug Buzz, which you should learn pretty soon, right? Galvantula. It's level 56 in the newer generations. So it will probably be a little bit late. Let's see, can I have the Gen 5 index? This is why I always use Cerebi. Looking for the Black-White Dex. Bug Buzz is at level 60, so not very far. And Hydroider's damn near perfect. I said no, thank you. Huh. Wonder what that dragon scale is for then. Now, Aaron might actually do pretty well with a Shell Bell, just because it lets him heal off any of his Flare Blitz damage. Ooh, do we have a wide lens? I feel like that was one of the earliest items we found. We have a scope lens. There we go. I think that actually might boost Thunder's accuracy to 100. Yeah, I agree, James. Black and White is definitely the best generation. They have all the expressive animations and everything to go along with it. I wonder how many ROM hacks we have for the Gen 5 games. If you guys actually know some very, very good ROM hacks to play, I'd love to hear about it. I think everyone's just about ready to go, so we'll make our save and take a real quick break here, and I'll see you all in just a few minutes. And we are back. Alright, hunker down, because this is where we get to the real part of the game. The Pokemon League is every trainer's greatest challenge. You might want to prepare here, because if you lose even once, you have to start all over again. The Pokemon League is a place where you both pursue strength and express it. The way to express it is simple. You just have to beat the Elite Four and the champion. You can start your challenge by battling any of the Elite Four, and if you defeat them all, you can challenge the champion. However, I warn you, once you start your challenge, there's no turning back. You must keep battling until you defeat them all, or you are defeated yourself. Do you want to go in? Then proceed. Alright, deep breath. Now, do we have directions? 4 great warriors from the Pokemon League. To the southwest is one who does not fear the ghost type. To the southeast is one who channels the power of the fighting type. To the northwest is one who has mastered the dark type. To the northeast is one who knows the mind of the psychic type. If you can defeat these warriors with your courage and wisdom, you shall be led to the summit, where the strongest champion awaits. Funny enough, we don't really have winning matchups with any of them. If you're talking about this little icon on our screen here, Sai. Is my mouse showing up? There it is. That's actually our Wi-Fi indicator, not our battery indicator. Which just means we don't have a wireless signal here. This one we might have our best chance with. Ooh, you know what would be an interesting idea? Let's see if Sploof here could actually stall out a physical attacker and set up. Talk about an entrance. You look familiar. Ah, yes, I met you at Twist Mountain. The strength you are radiating is far greater now than before. See? Radiating. I radiate strength as well as charisma. Greetings, Challenger. My name is Marshall. I am the #1 pupil of my mentor, Alder. In order to master the art of fighting, I play King of Fight. I've kept training. You're also walking a similar path with your Pokemon. It is my intention to test you, to take you to the limits of your strength. Yai! It's getting dark in here. I need to turn on the lights. Sai, who are you calling made up of forehead? Ah, bro. We might not be able to set up too well here, but we can get a Leech Seed in to start with. Throw tends to know Circle Throw, which is usually a, well, it's a phasing attack that prevents us from setting up for too long. Guess you didn't notice he actually has hair. Bright orange, too. Now, we don't necessarily care about the speed drops, so long as we can set up Cotton Guard over and over again. Presumably, Throw gets to Circle Throw us out, though. Especially after you see— oh, wow, this is gonna last forever. I can't remember. Sometimes Throw has guts. Also, this is hands down the best Elite Four theme. Crank that volume up, if you will. So I have some bad news. No, we can't stall Throw out like this, because Throw has a move I forgot about, which has a guaranteed critical hit chance, which breaks through our defensive buffs. So instead, we'll do an offensive setup rather than a defensive one. Switch in for free, and here we go. We'll also be able to recover a little bit of health while we set up. Storm Throw, indeed. I forgot about that move, because I think Throw is the only Pokemon that learns it. We don't need the speed, we need the attack. Fighting types are seldom quick, but I expect there to be a Mienshao pretty soon. Well, that essentially just leaves us with a Swords Dance, but alright. And so we begin. The only thing that stops us now would be a Steel type or a Miensha, which would be faster than us. There it is. Told you it was coming. Now, if we survive... That was a 1 in 10 chance there. And now Kayla gets to doing what Kayla does best. Ah, there's your Steel type. I don't think we get a one-hit KO with Dragon Claw, but it can't hurt to try. Ah, so close. Let's go for a Strength here because they're probably using a healing item. Lucario's defended by the power of Fandom favor. And being a Steel type. I was trying to think, what Steel fighting types do we have to worry about? And here we are. Ah, so close. I thought we had that one. Overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer. But it's more interesting this way, isn't it? Sock probably has Sturdy. We'll be fine doing a Surf and then Aqua Jet, as we've done before. We'll do another Surf, because if we Aqua Jet, it's unlikely to one-hit KO. And then he ends up using, a healing item, probably. The Elite Four usually has 1 or 2. Yeah, the text is still auto-scrolling. Well done! As your battles continue, aim for even greater heights. Get a little bit of healing there. Get a lot of bit of healing here. And we actually should have used a revive before anything else. You know what's funny? If we did have Earthquake, we could have destroyed that Lucario just as well. Ghost, Dark, and Psychic. I think Ghost we can do well enough against. Very spooky. Oh, look at all the books flying everywhere. Isn't that cute? So, let's think about this. Ghost types that are definitive out of the, 5th generation will be Chandelure and Chandelure, Jellicent, Golurk, stuff like that. Jellicent we have to worry about. Golurk and, Chandelure we can destroy with Hydrotter. There's probably going to be a Banette in here, which shouldn't be too much of an issue either. What we should start off with is using Seif here to get a type advantage versus any potentially leading Jellicent. Otherwise, we'll get a Volt Switch versus anyone else. How very spooky. There's one man who wanders the world with a black dragon Pokemon to pursue ideals. That's part of a novel I'm writing. I want to write down the event that happened on that day. Sorry, it has nothing to do with you. You're a challenger, right? I'm the Elite Four's Ghost-type Pokemon user, Chantal, and I shall be your opponent. No Volt Switch versus a leading Golurk, but that's where Energy Ball comes in. Cofagrigus, kind of an issue. But nothing we can't deal with. Cofagrigus definitely survives whatever our first attack is. Even would survive 2 of them. This presents a problem. We don't have any immediate hard hitters. Well, we do with Aaron, but nothing that I can guarantee a one-hit KO off of here. Let's go for another Thunder and see if we can get some healing stuff out of the way. Oh, never mind! We'll get the KO with a critical hit. All things we need to take into account. Wow, faster! Wait. I think I've read about this. I think the Chandelure actually has a Choice Scarf. Now, let's go ahead and test the waters here, so to speak. There's a chance that if that is a Choice Scarf, Chandelure might swap out into Jellicent. Never mind, that's going out there immediately. Drifblim. Interesting. I'm going to take the risk. Risk taken. I don't even know if Drifblim gets Air Slash, which would be the only thing that Spoof would really be scared of. Still, let's see if Kayla can do what Kayla does best. Wow. Still, off of a +1 versus Drifblim. Even with that enormous HP stat, this should be a one-hit KO. Does Golurk get Shadow Sneak? Who gets Shadow Sneak? Nothing to worry about here. Despite that large frame, Golurk is actually not that bulky of a Pokemon. Now, you, I think, get Sucker Punch. Indeed. We tested, and there it is. Now, if you're focusing on Sucker Punch, wow. How many Pokemon do you have left? Oh, this is the last one. So yeah, nothing we need to worry about. That's probably the hardest member for us to fight. It's funny, we were expecting a Jellicent, and no Jellicent happened. Do you ever feel at loss for words when something greatly moves you? To tell the truth, I'm a writer, but right now I'm having trouble blah blah blah, you just... You get the point. We can't read that. My Pokemon and the Challenger's Pokemon. Jellicent. There I go, being British again. Everyone battled, even though they were hurt. Thank you. Well, there's a reason we packed so many revives, but we didn't pack enough to afford having that many slip-ups again and again. There's half of them gone with just that battle. So we'll have to play very cautiously the next few times. Healing all around. Also, Usagi doesn't need to be leveling up anymore. I think Sploof could do with a little bit of an EXP share. If we really wanted to metagame it, we'd just level up Kayla as much as possible, and then have her sweep the entire enemy team. Give you a Silk Scarf. Actually, we're at the end of the game. Why not? Since that's expected to come in clutch at some point. EXP share. I don't think we'll need to fish off that extra little bit of damage. We can use Galvantula as a very good pivot who's expected to participate in any battle. So we'll continue using Sif as the lead here. How dark, how creepy. And we're locked in. What will be determined here is which of us can absorb the opponent's light and shine. But who will decide that? It shall be I, Grimsley of the Elite Four, and I will fulfill my duty to be your opponent. How sinister. Man brought the casting couch and everything. And he's got 5 Pokemon. Yeah, we want to get all those extra little level ups we can. I think Liepard usually has, well, yeah, Fake Out on top of Sucker Punch. We should be okay. Awfully quick there, huh? You know, Usagi actually has a pretty decent matchup here. No need to set up versus Liepard. Really? Another female? Well, the only fighting resist we have is Sif. What we can do is stall out with Sploof. Resist that the best you can. Oh, that we can survive just fine. We don't really care about the speed stat drop. Cotton Guard. Really? Why didn't you do that earlier? Ah, there's the leftovers. We will go for Giga Drain, just to try to sap that little bit of extra HP. Scrafty occasionally does have shed skin, so this might be a waste. But if we can buy a few extra turns out of it, any free turn we can get is a help. Ah, that's what I wanted to avoid. Lucky for us, though, if the opponent cheats, so can we. All's fair in love and war. Fairy type would be so useful for Sploof right now. Unfortunately, that's not one of our options. That would actually give us another dual type that we would have coveted. While we have so much health to spare, we can go ahead and put up another Cotton Guard. Let's see, there's bound to be a Crocodile in this lineup somewhere. I don't know if we have any dark types we need to worry about for Sploof, unless Houndoom was the thing. And there's the critical hit. Alright, Kayla. Actually... Seif, while you have a little bit of advantage to push... So, we removed that wide lens. That's fine. We can get past this. After all, we do have an ace in the hole here. What timing? We are running out of revives, so we do need to remain very careful. Ah, welcome Raiders! I see a new face in here, so... As a formal introduction, my name is Xander Turing. Why does Grimsley only have female Pokemon? I am a scientist VTuber and an avid player of roguelikes fighting games, and I'm quite fond of Pokemon here as well. We are getting a run through the challenge mode of Black and White 2, since I haven't actually had a chance to play these games yet. And as you can all see, we are here at the Elite Four. Crocodile's probably faster than us. Wow. Yeah, we're in trouble. Marquez Milo, or Milo, thank you very much for the follow, and welcome to our classroom. You know what, I'm just gonna chance it. You keep on trying to use that move, but I don't know that it's helping you that much. Do help me with, pronouncing this, by the way. I mean, I could just say vampire, but... Vexational? Vexational. That's how it probably is, isn't it? You have a lovely voice. 36 on the counter now. I need to have an overlay for that. Vampire works too. Noted. Yeah, at +2, there's no way Crocodile's surviving that. Vexational. Did take me a moment. The usual. Really? Now you use the steel type. Let's see how this works for us. Barely not enough. Haxorus might survive with that very good defense there. Are you a teacher outside of VTubing too? Curious since you are yourself. I'd love to be. Unfortunately, my own aspirations for getting into an educational position are currently put on hold due to financial issues. Although I was actually going for a computer science degree and not a teaching degree. If I could get back into college though, my last semesters that I was in attendance, I got a lot of tutor position offers, which I gladly would take up if I could ever actually return there. But yeah, too much financial issues. Computer science, buddy. Indeed, there's a reason I have elected the name Turing. And a welcome to you as well, Aries Animals. Whether or not you get to fight at full strength, whether or not luck smiles on you, none of that matters. Only results matter. And a loss is a loss. See, victory shines like a bright light. And right now, you and your Pokemon are shining brilliantly. Quite brilliantly. Almost makes me wish we did have a light type. I think that puts us almost out of revives. Okay, we have 5 more, so we should be okay for the last little run here. Your design is adorable. I do put a lot of leverage on being positively precious. Thank you. I put a lot of effort into it. There are a number of peers who have likened me to a quote-unquote anime Bill Nye, or a Pokemon professor, which means I am acing my own character design. I have accomplished exactly what I set out to do. Aside from being gratuitously famous, but I'm too lazy to post clips and content. I do give heavy professor designs. I try to be very educational on our streams. In fact, every single Saturday we have a concurrent game dev stream in which I try to go over the details of the programming that we're doing. Speaking of Brainiacs, here's our Psychic type member of the Elite Four, who definitely counts as the biggest oddball among them. Now, instead of taking risks, let's put that wide lens back on, because that did throw our last match. Who could use a bit of extra experience? Well, I don't know that Sploof is going to need that big root very much. Wait. Oh, that's right, you're holding the EXP share. You know who always has a chance to shine? Hydraughter. Sai here is in attendance for all of the game dev streams. Quite welcome. Never got to finish this game as a kid, just got off of playing a Nuzlocke of it. This is, aside from Arceus, well, Arceus is kind of different from the rest of the Pokemon formula. This would be the first full Pokemon game that we played on stream, and given that Gen 5 is my favorite, I never actually got a chance to play the original Black or White 2. Only Black or White 1, and then promptly lost my DS sometime before the release of the sequels. So I wanted to give these games an authentic first playthrough, albeit in challenge mode, which would be harder, but I'm good at these games. I do plan on picking up Nuzlocke very, very soon, but I don't know what to begin with. I will take that stretch, Kayla. Thank you very much. Oh, wow. Actually loosened me up quite a bit. You do love Gen 5, played the originals, but never the remakes. Same here. It's me who appeared when the flower opened up. You, standing over there, you realize you look like a Pokemon trainer with strength and kindness. What I look for in my opponent is superb strength. I'm counting on you. Well, I think we'll both agree it has to be this way. Caitlin. I think you're the only member that doesn't have any sort of a pun in your name. We'll start off strong with a Signal Beam. Musharn is probably immediately going to hit us with Psychic, but we don't have very many specially defensive mons on our team. So we do kind of want to hit hard and hit fast. Never mind, there's the setup move. I was expecting an attack immediately. That still didn't do enough damage. Seath really needs that Bug Buzz. In any case, Yep, the very weird little tap here. So much for that plan. Let's actually try for a Volt Switch if we wake up here, which would hopefully dodge a Dream Eater. Quick Google of best Nuzlocke choices suggests that Ruby and Sapphire is a good entry-level choice, but Heart Gold Soul Silver is also considered one of the best. I like that idea. Let's see, hopefully there's not a predicted Hypnosis here. You know what? For a laugh, let's see if we can pull this off. Simply too predictable. Now, let's carry on. The taunt there was just in case this didn't one-hit KO. Which looks like Aaron did have the power we needed. Reuniclus doesn't get much in the way of setup moves immediately. Also, I don't think gets Hypnosis, so we'll go ahead immediately with another Flare Blitz. Which probably won't KO, because Reuniclus is, yeah, very bulky. Let's see, there's probably a full restore coming. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go all in on a hard read. Heart Gold and Soul Silver are wonderful too. I actually have never done a Nuzlocke before. There's that full restore, and here's our setup. I think that'll be it for the bulky Psychics. But we are running out of Dragon Claws. Do we risk it? Let's throw in another Dragon Dance to make sure we can get through anything that comes our way. Pull through for me, Kayla. Excellently done. Wave goodbye to Reuniclus. And basically the rest of your team. So, I mean, we're demonstrating time and again. There's a reason Haxorus is my favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. Oh! And you waited this long to do that. Interesting. Well, that definitely shakes everything up. We did find a Beldum earlier, didn't we? This would have been a long time coming if that was the case. I do wish we had Earthquake. We would have won that one, hands down. Now, my best hope is that we don't have a bullet punch here to worry about. Yeah, that happened. Posture check. We can still get a KO here. And now it's just Hydraughter and Usagi versus whoever is last here. Not much of an issue. I can't believe it's come to this. I must have gotten complacent. Get a surf out there. This presents a problem. However, Gothitelle is awfully slow, so... At this point, Aqua Jet probably does more damage. Left your window open and someone is smoking the devil's lettuce outside. Really? I didn't know Gothitelle could learn Thunderbolts. Let's start off by setting up that anti-stall strategy. Oh, really? I was expecting a full restore. If not now, then possibly next turn. Though perhaps you're out. We are in an emergency. Just in case, I will bank on the chance. Let's see here. Who does score KO? Well, I did kind of spill the beans there, didn't I? Let's see. We can try for a return or a dig. Either one of those lands a KO. But unfortunately, we are slower. Freudian slip there. I wouldn't call it Freudian, since we didn't say anything particularly dangerous. Where is your accent from? What accent? It's as American as can be. Actually, it's supposed to be, I'll have to ask my voice trainer. This is, 1, not my real accent, and 2, not my real voice. The accent is supposed to be... There's a name for it. It's supposed to be a very neutral American accent. What makes it sound so unusual is the fact that my voice raises and lowers in pitch several times throughout a sentence. It's the cadence of a feminine voice in what is otherwise a actually masculine voice itself. Yeah, it is an accent. A Freudian slip is when you say one thing but you mean... Aaron, are you ever going to stop? No, this is through and through an American accent. But it's supposed to be kind of... It's not one that's naturally spoken, because it is one that takes a little bit of effort. It's supposed to be... Hold on. I can't immediately grasp my resources. I think it has Chicago in the name. It's supposed to be some sort of a, It's literally supposed to be a speaking accent. It's not one that you hear in everyday speech, but it is American. As a British person, everyone has an accent, indeed. Unfortunately, in spite of a lot of people expecting me to. Especially with the namesake of Turing, I do not happen to be British. Somehow, you managed to defeat the entire Elite Four of the Pokemon League. Check the statue in the center of the plaza for the way to the Champions Room. Now, unfortunately, we will have to do this minus one Pokemon. Because we only have 4 revives left. So, first attempt. You're skipping again. Let me check my frames. I have 0 frame drops, so I expect that to be... That's probably an internet issue. Aaron, with your egregious offensive power, you definitely make the cut. See, I already have it spoiled who our last opponent is. And I think Usagi actually has the weakest potential matchup here. Since the rest of our Mons either have raw power, good speed, or a super effective hit. What I'm going to do here is bank on C possibly getting one more necessary level up. And at this point, let's do away with the EXP share, since this is the last battle that truly matters. Afterwards, the sandbox opens up. To that end, we do not need that lucky egg, nor the EXP share. But, since I unfortunately already know who we're dealing with here, do we have an ice booster? Not counting the ice gem, since we want it more than once. Seems not. In that case, let's try for the citrus berries. You, my friend, need some more recovery. Does Big Root work with Leech Seed? I know it works with Giga Drain. If it works with Leech Seed, then we're doing pretty well. Apparently, Leech Seed counts. Or it's considered a draining move. Big Root Leech Seed. Let me look that one up. Okay, it does work with Leech Seed, but only the Pokemon holding the Big Root while it takes effect. We haven't found Nevermelt Ice, it looks like. An unintentional error regarded as revealing subconscious feelings. I guess it was subconscious that I was thinking about Kayla being our prime physical attacker on the team. I suppose that's as good as we're going to get. And if it's not enough, then we try for round 2, with 50 revives in our back pocket instead. But who's on first? We'll leave Sif to have their chance to shine when there's someone who's not going to resist electric attacks, since I know there's nothing that comes out there first that Sif can guarantee a good matchup against. We'll do this in case there's a Kingdra or a Dragonite. which means you both should know who we're up against. Walk slowly, it'll be more dramatic that way. Welcome, challenger. I've been waiting for this. Well, here we go. Know what? I really look forward to having serious battles with strong trainers. I mean, come on! The trainers who make it here are trainers who desire victory with every fiber of their being. And they are battling alongside Pokemon that have been through countless difficult battles. If I battle with people like that, not only will I get stronger, my Pokemon will too. And we'll get to know each other even better. Now, the champion battle in the first Black and White was kind of disappointing. Here, we have something far more exciting. Okay, brace yourself. I'm Iris, the Pokemon League champion, and I'm going to defeat you. Here we go. She's hyped up. So am I. That is a Pokemon that we actually would have beaten with Galvantula. Would you look at that? Hydrate will be necessary, thank you. We are in trouble. Very big trouble. Huh. I would have banked on a focus miss. What a lead. Well, it all comes down to hoping that this works. Can you give me what I need, Sif? Beautifully done. That's not a dragon. Ganbare indeed. Let's continue. Oh wait, I just realized it would have been a rock move attacking, not a steel type. Well, we're in trouble. It looks enough like a dragon. Close enough. Well, that mistake might have cost us this entire match. And I still wish Kayla had Earthquake. Let's see if this works. And no revives, so we can't really do too much off of stalling. That'll be just fine, Sploof. Thank you. And we forgot to use an ether or elixir on Kayla. I don't think we win this one. Nonetheless, we will try our best. You are also not a dragon. Never mind, I guess she's no longer the same trainer she used to be. There's probably an ice beam coming out. We will get as much health back as we can. Come on. Do your thing, Seath. I expected there would be more dragons here. Well, we got what we were hoping for. If there's any more darks or psychics, or a grass type, you, I know, are a very fast bugger. But not fast enough. Bug Buzz. Really? Well, Kayla, it's all up to you now. How many do you have left? 2. I'm going to risk it. Especially considering we only have 1 Dragon Claw left. It's this and then her— oh, never mind, that's not Rage, we lose. Drats. I had a feeling there was going to be another Haxorus in back. And I really needed to make sure that we would have outsped that. Imagine a non-dragon type using Outrage. Dratigan's a dragon type. Alright, we will need a lot of revives. Luckily, we can afford a lot of revives. Now, reassess the situation. What are you guys talking about? Dratigan's absolutely a dragon. Oh, y'all are doing a bit. Fine, I'll play along. Well, with a bit of matchup knowledge, we can head right back in there. And this time, we should fare much, much better. Now, leading up to it, we could use a little bit of extra experience, so— Hydrotter, if you please. And I am definitely getting worked up in here. I will turn on the fan in just a moment. Let's start with who we know would be the easiest EXP farm first. Ban on! I could use an ice type to cool down, definitely. Ah, we were so close, but the biggest mistake there was me sending out Aaron versus Aggron, since it would have been a rock-type move approaching. We've got no one that immediately works against fake outs, so we can still pop a revenge. Actually, yeah, since Hydraughter's supposed to get some experience here. And Liepard will be an easy fight to win. Ooh, I'm almost out of tea. Here we go. Round 2, the run back. We were also poorly prepared that first time. Revenge for what is probably a one-hit KO. Okay, fine. Oh. I'll go get more tea. Are trying to drown. Drowning. No, it was go get more tea time. That's what's going on. Also, Sai, you're not supposed to leak the secret lore. Well, there's no way we survive an earthquake here, so... And y'all are immediately trying to drown me again. We need immediate power, as much as we can muster. Aaron, please work. There we go. Unlimited power! I don't think Scrafty had setup moves, not that I can remember. Yeah, he'll survive that. Then we're in deep trouble for what comes next. Ah, if it wasn't a critical hit, he might have survived. Alright, Steve. I think you can clean up from here. Now, if you really want the Darth Sidious joke, here's your unlimited power. You don't get sucker punched, do you? Oh, Absol, if only you had stats to match the quality of your design. It did get a well-deserved Mega Evolution, though. Even in a tough situation like this, there must be a way to triumph. I don't think so. Not from your position across the table. Random fact, Absol was the first Pokemon you bred for Shiny. My first bred Shiny was a Budew. Yeah, you talk too fast for us to read anything. Alright, better results the second time around. Actually, we want Revive first. Gotta look up Shiny Budew. I can't remember Shiny Budew being special, but Roselia and Roserade are very cool for the shiny versions. Their green color doesn't change very much, but their roses turn into a purple and black. Melius, welcome back. Farmed for a Magikarp in one game. Other than the red Gyarados that's guaranteed in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Every Absol you've owned has been named Absolute, appropriately. Now... do we happen to have a bug-boosting item? No, but we do have one of these. Wait, after all this struggling, is Seif gonna be our ace in the hole? We need to dodge the hypnosis first, meaning you can't be out there in front. Instead, Aaron gets to hold... Oh? I thought... oh, right. Hydrotter has the lucky egg. Now you need to breed a shiny Slacking so it can loaf around. I actually quite like Slacking. He was actually strong enough to be in the OU tier in the debut generation. Tried breeding a shiny in Sword and Shield and don't remember anything about which Pokemon, or whether you got one. I wonder what's with the Hypercube floating around. Let's see, I've also owned a shiny Girder, shiny Zubat, and a shiny Gardevoir, out of the shinies that I happen to get just randomly, as opposed to ones that friends hacked or tried to do the specific breeding text for. Start off strong. Predictable. Sorry, Aaron, you're gonna have to go all out and sacrifice yourself again. Oh, wow. Never mind, you get a second chance. Work that attack stat. If only we had a life orb. Oh. Never mind, Aaron. You get extra credit. Oh, do I smell a bullet punch? Why did you send out this type matchup? Who knew psychic types were so weak to fire? Get him, Aaron! You know what? I'm down for a laugh. You can definitely get the one-hit KO here too, but I want to see if you can keep going, since inevitably there's not something too strong following up here. Aaron getting the flex. Oh, right. We don't care about you either. Never mind, I should have given you the lucky egg. Noted. I had no idea psychic types were so weak to fire. What the hell? Hold on. We'll be right back. I think I hear something outside. I will take a few errand sweeps in the chat while we're away for a second. And we are back. Turns out that was not someone screaming outside. That was my roommate popping off on a completely different game. So, what a coincidence. Anywho, I think Aaron hasn't been healed yet. Yeah, let's rectify that situation. So, with a bit of foresight, we know that we have Throw out here first, who will be doing a little bit of setting up, while we don't have anything super effective versus fighting types. We do want more experience for Kayla. You have the lucky egg. I forgot. Who did Chantal lead with? I already forgotten. We know that there's not a jelly scent on there. So probably Hydraughter gets to win that entire matchup. Samus more like Aaron. Alright, Kayla. Your time to shine yet again. Aaron was on fire, straight up on a rollout. They must know strength because they straight up carried. That 140 base attack stat has to be good for something. Flex all you want. What you want isn't happening. Why are Marshall's teeth blue? He might have, I don't know if it's like a thing in boxing or whatever, but he might have, something in his mouth that's a, teeth protector. Like some sort of padding that you can bite down on. After all, I think he's in a, wrestling stance, not like a boxing. Yeah, it's probably a mouth guard of some sort. Something to prevent your teeth getting knocked out in a sport like that. Alright, that should be enough to take care of Lucario later. After all, he looks like a fellow who wrestles for sport, which would work a lot better if you didn't let yourself get permanently injured. Right, this is what we were banking on. I'll bank on it again. Unfortunate. This presents an issue. Oh, now you miss. Fine. Should be just enough damage there. Hydrate, I will take. Well, now that Mienxiao's out of the way, we actually have kind of a real battle here. We're going to play the metagame, knowing that, oh, never mind. We can immediately surf, and that will probably KO Conkeldurr with the burn damage, unless he uses Drain Punch. That's going to hurt. A lot. Too much, even. They were both too strong for each other, it looks like. Posture check indeed, even though I did just get up. That's going to hurt. But given that it's not stabbed, Seif will live. Aaron might be faster here. See how he fares on the follow-up turn here. And well done. So, here's an idea for you. We're not playing strongly enough into the ability for Usagi to stall people out. And we know that's one way we can beat Cofagrigus pretty reliably. Since Ghost and Normal are unable to affect each other, Usagi is probably our best lead, and maybe Even one of the better mons we could use against Chantal. We won't need that Chesto berry, because we're not looking to get the immediate staying power. So instead, one, I will give the wide lens back to Seif. I guess Silk Scarf doesn't help here. Luck Incense isn't that great either. Yeah, no help here. In that case, we'll leave things as is. We are still needing a few hyper potions here and there. We'll probably have to do maybe 2 full health bars versus Cophagrigus, since it's likely that it will drop to low enough HP that it gets full restored. Luckily, with our own rest, we should be able to stall for a while. Always loved her design. Very cute. Even if it's a little extravagant with whatever little thing she's wearing around her neck. Ooh, that might be one of those neck pillows, isn't it? If you sit in a certain position all the time. Where do the Pokemon put hold items? Like if you give Haxorus a Dragon Fang, is she just holding a shank in battle? That's how I picture it. It might not work with things like Voltorb or Electrode. So in that case, I'm really uncertain. Yeah, whatever. This does present a problem, but it looks like we can indefinitely stall this out. What we're worried about, though, are the special defense drops from Psychic. All we need to do is stall out long enough that Toxic can build up its high damage over time. It is indeed nap time for Usagi. Right. I said we weren't going to need that. Unfortunately, there goes our only Chesto Berry. We'll rest now, just in case. Ah, Usagi, welcome. Don't think I've seen you yet this evening. And now... we trade a status restore for a status restore. As I said, it was going to happen. Well, you would be the best person to verify, Usagi. Would you call yourself a toxic person? Or toxic gamer, at the very least? I can read your frustration when we're playing Guilty Gear at the very least. We'll go ahead and rest immediately, just in case. Tilt and toxic are very different things. True. But I know Usagi very, very well since I spend a lot of time with him. And I know he does have the capacity to get frustrated, which frustration can lead to being toxic. If there's anything I know about someone who plays Apex... I'm just messing with you, Usagi. I'm hoping you're having a wonderful evening. How you doing? We don't really have anyone that sets up off this, so we really just have to stall this entire one out. Yeah, we have nothing that can resist, Ghost or Psychic. Wake up and immediately go back to bed. Every time you play Guilty Gear, it makes you want to scream and break your grip, so kind of toxic. That's just frustration. I, to date, have never actually heard you be upsetting to other people about it. So I think you're doing just fine, Usagi. And there goes Aaron with the puns. Again. I'm surprised none of those actually procced a, special defense drop. There's the first wall out of the way. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we have to take that one. Sploof, however, definitely needs the experience. Go ahead, pop in a Leech Seed. Wow. Another Giga Drain should do it. Get back some of that health, and then I'm pretty sure we're immediately having to deal with a Scarfed Chandelure, aren't we? Let's try for a Stun Spore, just in case I'm wrong. And there goes Sploof. If that is a choice scarf, we're sitting pretty now. Yeah, it's a choice scarf. Go ahead and douse that flame, and I think Hydraughter can take it from here. With full HP to fight Drifblim with, let's get an Ice Beam out there. I didn't know Drifblim could learn Thunderbolt. A lot of damage, but sadly not enough. Unless... Haha! Beautifully done. I'll try first serve. It's probably Sucker Punch happening. Or not. That indeed was a very fortuitous critical. Oh, really? That's it? And no Sucker Punch either. Alright, fine. I'll take it. Now for the official run back versus Iris. Do one more status check in here. And one last run through on all the hold items. Now, Sif can hold an expert belt. Yeah, we're not gonna be too concerned about that wide lens. I'm hoping it doesn't make or break anything that we have going on here. And then, I guess, just a normal gym for Usagi. Because we want there to be one return out there, which does a lot of damage. We want everything going into that one use. Splash plate for Hydrotter. Check on the PP. I think the only issue we had was relying on Haxorus for all those sweeps. And so far, Thunder could use... we're not gonna need superpower more than once. Everyone looks okay. Using that gem for big return on investment. You never cease, Aaron, and I'm proud of it. You know what? Let's go ahead and do it, Sai. Since this should be the last battle where all of this is necessary. And you. Here we go once again. You know what? Again, just walk up the steps for all the drama. And finish off my glass of tea already. Perfectly timed. No, I'm out now. Vexational. Alright. You've heard the song and dance before. Let's do one more go. Indeed, we got this. Glasses on. Game face also on. It's time for the salty run back. And I've brought everything to bear. Ah, almost. Wait, is that a KO? I kinda needed that, thank you. There's going to be a full restore here, so we will Ice Beam instead. Otherwise, Aqua Jet would have been the choice. Sad to see that Bug Buzz didn't get the attack power it needed. Had a feeling it would be Lapras. Now who can set up here reliably? I've got an idea! Really? Banking all that on 70% accuracy. Very well. That's gonna KO, isn't it? Usagi, you champion! We could revive Galvantula here, if we really wanted to be unfair. They did pop a full restore on Hydreigon. Let's see, we know there's also Aggron and the that darn bird's gonna sweep our entire team if we're unprepared. Ah, fine. As an emergency. We will wait to use him though. Use her though. Metal Gear Survive. Or not. Yeah, I know Blizzard was coming, Sai. I was banking on surviving that. I mean, it has 70% accuracy, but it's hitting every single time. I'm not going through the Elite Four again. Yeah, I knew it was happening, Sai. I was thinking it would miss or wouldn't get the one-hit KO at least. This person's got 3 inaccurate moves. But fine. Yeah, there's the Aggron as expected. No rock type resists. Alright. This should be the last obstacle before Kayla gets to clean up. Bulldoze should do more than enough. We don't want the attack or defense drops. Here comes that darn bird, who will apparently not hit first. Interesting. That's going to be after defeats triggers, so that will have lowered attack and still get the one-hit KO. But while Archaeops is on low health here, really? And here's not a dragon. Coverage Dragonclaw. Apparently Iris does that, Sai. I'm as confused as you are. Yeah, this was what I dragon danced for. Because I knew this was what was going to happen. Take a moment to let it soak in. Because there's only one way this ends. Wait, this thing has a focus sash, doesn't it? What a team. I don't know, Sai. I don't know. It's 3 hours in. I'm gonna go for the safe win here. Focus Sash. To think all of our opponents get competitive items and we don't. Ah. Oh well. I suppose that's enough. I did my best, but we lost. I'm upset I couldn't win. But you know what? More than that, I'm happy. I mean, come on. By having a serious battle, you and your Pokemon, and me and my Pokemon, we all got to know one another better than before. Yep, we sure did. Okay, let's go. A bit extravagant, isn't it? Yeah, there's so much cheese on both sides of the table here, Sai. You saw that! A focus sash! And then that Chandelure has a choice scarf. Like, literally, if we could have any choice item, or, even a focus sash, we could have easily swept entire teams with, a scarfed or a banded, Haxorus. Or choice scarf Darmanitan. Oh, the dialogue. Yeah, but the fight was cheese too. So, this room is the Hall of Fame. Your name and your Pokemon's names will be recorded here, so these important things will never be forgotten. That you are an excellent and kind trainer. That you are considerate towards your Pokemon, and you give them your whole heart. And that your wonderful Pokemon believe in their trainer with all their hearts, and together you have a strength that knows no bounds. Hey, come on. Oh, excuse me. Xander. To the trainer standing before me, and to the Pokemon at your side, your beautiful bond has grown strong through battle. In order to make this bond an eternal treasure, your name shall be recorded here. And here we go. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, y'all. Indeed, they put a lot of effort into the presentation here. There we have it. I'll have to think. I don't know yet if that's my all-time favorite Pokemon game. It's either this or Black and White 1. But this has definitely been an unforgettable run. It's been such a delight. Yeah, there's the key for the special game modes. Although we have that already action replayed in, so no difference does that make. Ooh, fireworks. Aww. Everyone here to celebrate alongside. Looking back, maybe I did like Black and White 1 more. I kind of liked how climactic that story was. But there's a separate charm in the fact that this is a Pokemon game that doesn't focus on you getting the legendary, which is kind of a rarity. Ah. See, I know it's not something I have to think about, but I like organizing stuff into lists like that. I need to be able to tell for myself which comes first or second. Because after all, it's very important to decide what your favorite Pokemon game is. But yeah, Gen 5 is goated. Objective fact. Inarguable. Let's see who we're lining up a raid for. This does not mean we're dropping, Pokemon Black and White 2 completely, though. I do want to get to post-game shenanigans as well. I'll think. We might let it rest for a little bit, but mess around in some of the post-game stuff later. We do actually need to fill out a little bit of time before the release of Scarlet and Violet just as well. Ooh, Disco Elysium. That's a game I've been seeing a lot, but I don't know about actually playing it. I suppose we'll raid the usual peers that we do pretty much all the time. I need a wider circle of friends. Vexational Vampire, let me go follow you. Especially if we want to have more connection with the Pokemon community. There we go. There's that follow sent out there. Always happy to provide support to the community. Look, I'm getting to the point where I raid like the same 10 people over and over again. So I need a wider circle of peers, especially considering looking at my friends list right now, we have 2 people playing Guilty Gear Strive. Actually, let's go give Scully a visit. I've always wanted to take a look at Ghosts of Tsushima. Not a bad idea at all. Plus, we've already raided Toto and Vodum way too often. Big mood. Tend to raid into the same category as you were streaming in. Not bad actually. I do need to learn how to navigate Twitch a lot better. So I wonder... That's in Spanish. That's in Spanish. That's in Spanish. Perhaps later. We're doing pretty exceptionally though. We are the second currently most viewed Pokemon Black and White version 2 stream. Although the guy in first place has 50 viewers, which is way beyond our reach. Of course, we gotta look for any sneaky post-credits scene. You were the only interesting streamer in there at the time you rated. Aww. I take a lot of pride and confidence in my performances. What I should be doing is getting a few of the clips out there since, after all, I do have such an extravagant personality. Hey Mom, I know we said hi like an hour ago, but I'm back again. And now that our journey is done, step inside and play video games for 12 hours. Or better yet, sleep. Or better yet, have dinner, which I've not done. Welcome back, Mitsuda. I love it. The post-game is probably wild. I look forward to it. Not 100% sold that this is still going to be Pokemon Day from here on out, but given that we do have a few new viewers and a few returning viewers this evening, I'll leave it guaranteed. Next Monday, we'll be touching up on some of the post-game. After all, we have quite a few Mons we need to be catching out there. Yeah, Gen 5. Look, I'll argue with my friends all day about which generation is the best. Of course, Gen 5 is the best, and I have proof. Some people are foolish and will disagree with me. However, I don't think I've seen anyone with their head screwed on straight who says that Gen 5 doesn't have hands down the best music. Mode selection keys can now be transmitted. Unfortunately for you, I already have it hacked in. So, let's go check out that post-game next week, as well as trying to catch a few Mons, maybe brushing up on evolving some of our members that we didn't get to complete with. After all, I think Arnold, our boy, never got to evolve to Conkeldurr. So, we'll be doing a lot. Gen 5 is the best objectively. Finally, someone who agrees with the truth. Thank you very much for the raid, Vexational Vampire. Or, was it Vex or Vix? Hold on, let me look in that chat history. Although inevitably, you'll answer my question before I find out the answer. Oh, I cannot go far enough back in my chat history. Vexational Vampire. Noted. Well, welcome to the stream. For any of your raiders that might already, or might still be here, we do a Pokemon-related stream on every Monday. Otherwise, during the rest of the week, I will be posting a schedule right after our stream, but so far it's looking like Wednesday for another Hades stream, As always, we do Guilty Gear on Friday, and specific to this weekend, we actually have a Guilty Gear tournament for both Saturday and Sunday. Saturday evening will be the game dev stream, as it always is, and depending on the timing, probably immediately after our Saturday tournament run. Gen 5 is the best, Gen 4 is your favorite. I completely understand having a specific attachment like that, Aaron. It's actually why I could get attached to oh, what else? There's, God, there's something I always bring up for that conversation, and I forget what it is. Something that you get such a personal attachment to that even if arguably it's not the best in quality, you get the best memories out of it. After all, you can have vastly different experience with vastly different games. But black and white, still the best ones. And I'm going to see if I could get any of my friends who, well, don't have enough experience with Pokemon to play them again. Slid into the Discord server, so you'll certainly see me around. And DM me if you have one of your own. I can try to see if we can get some stuff linked up, because I would love to give you some raids whenever you're streaming. Anywho, I am out of tea and running out of breath, so let's go ahead and get our raid lined up. Let's see who still is going. Scully's Sinful here. Are you... Looks like he is still going strong, so let's give him a... what do we call it? This is a fellow we don't talk to often, so give him the traditional, a science raid for me. And I will see you all on Wednesday. Thank you everyone for your attendance. Class is dismissed. What a wonderful time. This summer's been a banger. Outer Wilds and me getting cut off by my own ending card, and the fact that